exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward, because we're back. We're back. We're ready. We're better than ever, and just hope you're all doing well, guys. It's been a while. It has been a while. Right, so let's get talking, shall we? After messing up, this is going to be my first official stream back. So, FPL 2021 chat without any time to lose. Let's get straight into it without hesitating. Promoted players I want to talk about. Hope you're all doing well, guys, before we get started. New microphone, finally got sorted, fifth stream in. Hope it sounds okay. I'm going to probably just fill it around with some more, but it's the best I can do so far. So I'm probably just going to hold it like so and be one of those talk show hosts. And but yeah, this is what I'm going to go for with my team. I'm hoping to have the likes of Danny Ings in my team, because Danny Ings, when you look at Danny Ings, I think he'll be probably 8 million. I think he will be 8 million. And just going to check. Just checked everything's right. Yeah, it's when I get nearer to it, guys. But yeah, we're straight back into it. Just checking the stream was okay. But we're back, and I think if you look at likes of Danny Ings, I'm worried he's going to be like 8.5 million. I think FPL is going to make it seriously more harder for us to get these players in. And that's the fun. That's the challenge. To like a KDB is going to be like a monster price of 12.5 million. Aubameyang, a monster price. Is he going to be a midfielder next season? Promoted players. Are you going to be nabbing any of them? Lost the words then. And Leeds United, Fulham, West Brom. Are you going to be grabbing one of them? One of those assets. Ben White Leeds have had a 30 million bid turned down. My God, Brighton are looking like they want to keep him because he was on loan last season. A lot of Leeds fans, a lot of people dubbing him the next Van Dijk. I thought Ajaria for West Brom, you pronounce the name, centre back, was Virgil van Dijk 2.0 in the Championship. So it's going to be interesting to see how Leeds adapt back in the Premier League 16 years on. I think the only player that was playing back then in that Leeds United side that's still playing now in the Premier League football is James Milner, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure. So Leeds have bought, they bought a few kids, 18-year-olds, one from Fulham, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see how Leeds do adapt back in the Premier League. Fulham-wise, I'm not so keen on Mitrovic. It's going to be 6.5 million. Last time he was in the Premier League with Fulham was 2 seasons ago. He scored 11 goals. I mean, it's not bad for a promoted team, is it? It's like people are going to say now, is he going to be like Pookie next season? Is it going to be like the Pookie party? We're going to say the Mitro party. I'm not so sure about that, but I'm not risking it if he's especially if he's like 6.5, which he is going to be. Brian as well, 2 lovely goals against Brentford and a lovely free kick against him in the finals. It's interesting to see how Fulham do. I think who's going to be the whipping boys? That's the question. In my personal opinion, if Sheffield United don't sign a Dean Henderson replacement, I'm saying it now, I honestly think, in my personal opinion, I think because they struggled to score as well last season, I think a lot of teams sussed them out, and I think Sheffield United will be the whipping team, the whipping boys, as people call that name, whipping boys, for next season. Who knows? I could be wrong, but I'm going to say Sheffield United next season to really struggle in the Premier League. It's going to be interesting, like a Yorkshire derby with Leeds and Sheffield United. That's going to be interesting as well. West Brom got assets like Pereira, O'Shea as well, the fullback. I'm not so keen on Charlie Austin or Robson Canoe. I'm going to see who they buy in the next 2 weeks. We've got another 4 weeks, is it, till the season starts? Probably just over. So we've got plenty of time. The window's over until October. So it's going to be interesting to see who these three promoted teams buy. They build their team. They need to build the team. That's what they need to do. They need to, because it's crazy. It's crazy because I see West Brom and Fulham probably struggling at this moment by looking at the teams. Leeds United, I think, will do quite well. I think the man just got this good team chemistry together. He's got this good formation together. I think Leeds will probably go out there attacking. I think they'll be more attacking than Sheffield United. I think the wingers they've just re-signed on loan again Jack Harrison from Manchester City. That's a huge boost for them because he was one of their star players last season, and that's a real boost to get him back on loan. It's only a loan, but it's great to have. They'll be well chuffed to have him back in the team. So Leeds, Bamford isn't in the Premier League. He won't be good enough, Bamford, in the Premier League. They need to sign someone good who's got experience in Europe, like a top European striker. That's who they need to sign. So it's going to be interesting to see who Leeds do sign. No one major yet, no major names as of yet. They're still trying to get the hands on Ben White to come back to Ellen Road. But I'm so happy to see him back in the Premier League. I'm so happy to see him back because they deserve to be back in the Premier League. They're a huge club. They've got huge fans. They've got great fans. Great stadium. Well done to the Leeds fans, getting behind the team. And they're back. Fulham-wise, we're going to see how they do. But they could surprise us. I think, out of the three, I think Leeds will do well. But I think the ones who are down to like Fulham, I think Fulham could surprise us. Now West Brom got a very good manager in Slaven Bilic. He's got good experience, West Ham in the past few seasons, where he used to be West Ham manager. So a bit of reunion going to go on there when that fixture does come along with the Battle of the West. But it's gonna be interesting, guys. Like Pereira, how's he gonna do? Because he had a fantastic season in the Championship. Now it's going to be a lot tougher. Tougher defence. You got the likes of Van Dijks, the Allisons. Not trying to brag about my Liverpool team, but it's not going to be easy. City as well. Edison. Laporte. You're coming up against much stronger defences, so it's going to be interesting how West Brom approach their first game. It is really going to be interesting because you got like Pereira, and I do like to get Pereira in. I'm worried it's going to be 6 million, 6.5. It's going to be 6 million minimum, I think, or maximum 6 million, should I say? So 6 million or 6.5, I'm worried about, but I will take him if he's 6 million. I think he's just so good. He's a bit like Neymar. He plays like him, and then he kind of falls to the ground. Then somebody taps him on the head, and he rolls about. And so it's going to be interesting to see how West Brom adapt back in the Premier League. And same with Fulham as well. And Leeds, 16 years. The longest out of the three. They've not been in the Premier League for a good decade. Well over a decade. So it's going to be interesting to see them back. And forward line, we know about likes of Manchester United. Probably Wolves. I know Wolves are out of Europe now. Manchester City for sure. Probably Spurs because they've got this Europa League qualification. But we'll find out in due course. Probably end of next week when the fixtures come out, the game updates, blah blah blah. And it's going to be interesting. Everything's going to be jam-packed. So it sounds like definitely Man City aren't going to be in game weeks 1-2. So my plan is, guys, how I plan to attack the first few game weeks. Go into game week 3. I plan to play my wild card. Yeah, I plan to play a wild card, guys. I plan to, if we got likes of Man City out, maybe Wolves, who knows, probably Man United. So it's City and Manchester United are out game weeks 1 and 2. I plan to make my team a whole lot easier going to game week 1. I think for all of us as well, not having to think about getting KDB in and having a real nice team, or getting like Martial and Bruno Fernandes. I think it's going to be very interesting. I was looking at FPL Lad. Shout out to FPL Lad, Instagram and Twitter and YouTube, the U of Tube. Do check him out. He's a great guy, and he's making it big as well in this community. He's posted a lot of really good stats out there as well. Great videos. Do check him out. He posted a Mason Greenwood. His prediction: 8.5 million price tag for Mason Greenwood. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm actually hoping am I being a bit, I don't know, hopeful that it's going to be wishful thinking, as FPL lad said to me. 5.5 million. I think he'll only be that if they sign Sancho. If they don't sign Sancho, it's probably going to be like, I'm hoping at least it'll be 6.5 maximum 6.5. It's probably if it's 7's pushing it, but I'll take a 7 for him. 6.57, that's me pushing it for Greenwood. So that's what I'm hoping. That was a FPL lads post I saw earlier today. But I'm hoping it's a bit more cheaper than that. A bit more cheaper than 8.5. Who else do we talk about as well? There's going to be some good goalkeepers. Likes of Button in. You know, you had that one goalkeeper, then you had that starting goalkeeper, then you had that player like Button who just sits on the bench. You know, you just set and forget keeper like that. How I'm planning it this year is have two very cheap goalkeepers who start, and now Meslier, how do you pronounce his name? The Leeds goalkeeper, 7 clean sheets and 10 appearances last season for Leeds near the end of the season. Absolutely fantastic. Premier League, different field game, different ball game, near enough. And I think Leeds, I think it'd be a good one. I think it'd be, a lot of people hoping for 4 million, but I think it'd be 4.5. And the manager said that the Casillas, the other goalkeeper for Leeds, who was their first goalkeeper, then he got suspended quite a few games because of racist remarks that he made. And then he got replaced then by Mesler, whatever you pronounce his name, the young lad who's done quite a lot better than Casillas. I probably pronounced the name wrong there as well. So I think this lad will start, and the manager has said that Casillas, how you pronounce his name, is going to be number 2 if he does stay at Leeds next season, this season coming. So if this young lad is forming their 4.5 million, I will be laughing. And I'm hoping, because Brighton's building their defence, to hopefully have Matty Ryan in. I'm thinking it might be a 4.5 or 5 million. I'm going to say 5 million. Believe it or not, I'm going to say Matt Ryan, 5 million. I hope he's that, or 4.5 million. That's a good rotation with him and the Leeds keeper. We've got a question. Welcome, Ant A. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. What is your opinion on Che Adams? Probably 3 million cheaper than Danny Ings. Can he be a good differential? Now, you know, he didn't have the best of seasons in his first season with Southampton. And arriving from Birmingham, I think I did have him. I'm not too sure. I know he's cheaper than Danny Ings, but I'd rather have Danny Ings. I know if Danny Ings is probably going to be 8.5 million, knowing FPL, if they do boost him up. But I'd feel more safer. I know they've got Shane Long as well. They play that 4-4-2. I think you got the whole rotation-wise of Shane Long and Che Adams. But I'd rather just go for Danny Ings, mate. I think if he's nailed on starter, he's going to get them big points. I mean, Che Adams, differential, but I do recommend, mate, check out the app SofaScore. SofaScore, I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but it's a very good app, SofaScore. Heat maps and everything like that. You get a good idea who's more into the box, who's a more box-to-box player, who's, up there, willing to get the goals and push himself up front more. So do check out SofaScore, but I would say stick with Danny Ings if you had to choose between the two. More reliable and everything like that, and starter wise. Guys, so what else can we talk about? Well, we talked about the promoted teams. We talked about Danny Ings and Greenwood. I think if people talking about position changes, and like Aubameyang could be a midfielder next season, Martial being a forward next season, it's going to be interesting to see all that. It's hard to think of Aubameyang being a midfielder next season. That's going to be really weird to see. I can see Martial being a forward, but I'm going to make a bold bold prediction, but it's probably going to think, nah, it's not going to happen. I'm going to say Son for Spurs being a forward, but I don't think it'll happen. I think Son will still be a midfielder. But I think I'd like to see Son as a forward. I don't know why, but I think because we've seen him once or twice play as a striker, quite a few games when Kane was injured and stuff. But I think he'll stay as a midfielder. Ant again. I can't wait to see Werner's price. He's firmly on my radar. I'm a bit 50-50 with him. I'm intrigued to see his price. I do like Chelsea's other signing, who they signed from Ajax, Ziyech. I probably messed that up, but I hope that's similar to how I pronounce his name. The signing from Ajax. He got 2 assists, that attack. 2 assists against Chelsea in the Champions League in that 4-4 draw last season when he played for Ajax. You can see why Chelsea wanted him. What a player. I'm thinking about maybe opting for him for a Chelsea attacking asset instead of Werner. I'm just a bit... I want to see how Werner adapts first. How he adapts first in the league. Before I go straight into him and pay all that money. Like, I think he's going to be like 10.5 million in the FPL. I think it's going to be 10.5 million. I think Werner is going to be Werner we're talking about. So 10.5 or 11. He's definitely going to be in the 10s, I think. I think he's going to be up there, and it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be looking at those heat maps on SofaScore I mentioned about a minute or two ago, and see what it was like for a bit more, for RB Leipzig. We don't know if they're going to be playing any friendlies, do we? Chelsea not in Europe. Well, he couldn't have played in the Europe anyway because he's not the squad, ineligible as well. So his first real game is going to be in game week 1, which is going to be something. So how is he going to do? Is he going to be like a Drogba? Or is he going to be like a Torres, Morata? Who knows? That's the question. How is he going to adapt in the Premier League? Because a lot of Chelsea's, if he's going to be a number 9, have flopped in the past few seasons. A lot of their number 9s or strikers who they signed. So it's going to be interesting to see how Werner does, how he adapts. Now, you could be saying how this Ajax player is going to do. He could be the same. He could be. But I don't know. He just looks all over the field when you look on heat maps or how much I know he played a very attacking role for Ajax. They were a very attacking team, Ajax. They've always been an attacking team, very attacking team. And I think Chelsea will do well. I think they need to sort that awful defence out next season. They going into game week 1, they need to sign. Well, I think Kepa's leaving, so they need a new goalkeeper, and I think they need another 2 centre-backs at least, or a new full-back, because that defence is atrocious. They really need to sort that defence out, and I'm sure a lot of Chelsea fans will agree with me on that. Who do you support? I support Liverpool, mate. Who do you support? It's a Prem team. If it's a Prem team, does it influence your Premier League FPL decisions? Well, if we talked about, because my team, Liverpool, it's a Prem team, does it? I don't know, 50-50 about that. 50. Supporting Liverpool, I mean, I know this is probably off topic of what you said, but I think I wouldn't have a problem having a Manchester United player in. I wouldn't have a problem having an Everton player in. I know this is probably a bit off topic, but if it's a Premier League team, not really. I don't know. I just think with my team, Liverpool, how I always aim to have at least a maximum of 3 Liverpool players in my team. The maximum is 3 from each team. So I'll be hoping to have the likes of Trent, Van Dijk, and Salah, because knowing that KDB, hopefully, he's not playing game week 1 and 2. Because there's the whole Europe thing. We have to see what happens, what the fixtures are like, and what the Premier League is decided on the 21st, 22nd when they come out. So if City aren't playing, United aren't playing, don't know if I mentioned it already, but I plan to wildcard going into game week 3. So after game week 2, plan to play a wildcard, set my team out for game weeks 1 and 2. teams that are playing, and probably only 7 games of the 10 playing in game weeks 1 and 2. So I plan to wildcard. It's fun then. And we do get our last wildcard at the end of the year, New Year's Day, or 31st of December. So it's going to be interesting to see how I attack, how I go into this game week, because my highest during the game week, not how I finished, never finished that high. During the last season, I got as high as 25k, not finished. I'm talking about during the season, and I thought it was a big thing for me that. And December/November was very kind to me. Those fixtures, when they're jam-packed with about 8 and 9 fixtures, and they were very, very kind to me. I didn't play any chips. I'm not sure. I don't think I played a free hit. I'm not too sure. I don't think it was triple captain either, but it was very kind. And I just think I got as high as 25k, and I was well chuffed about that. I'll tell you something, when it hit New Year's Day in 2020, for the next 8 game weeks, I was just going red hour, constant red hour, and I hardly took any hits. I took probably 1 hit, but I didn't want to panic, but it just didn't go my way. The players that I thought would score didn't score, so I'm home from better. So I was well chuffed with 25k during the season. Finished overall, I think it was about 300 odd k. Did I finish? I mean, it was better than the season before where I finished 750k. So I'm just not patient with my chips. I mean, it usually can be hit or miss if you play your chips early or you play them late near the season. A lot of people recommend, but I haven't got patience. It depends how you play the game. Play your own game, and just don't listen to people. Don't listen to like Twitter or like all the mind games. Like you see all these polls. I'm trying not to next season with the people talking about on Twitter, Instagram. Oh, who should we captain, guys? Who are you going to captain? This player, this player, this player. And I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to just play my own game, which I have done. But I'm going to play more my own game and just wing it and go for it. What are your aims for the new season? What rank would you like to get? I would like to get a top 100 finish. I played this game for 13 years now, since I was about 12 years old, about nearly 26. So I played for 13 years. My best was in the 100k, about 170k, I think it was. My best overall finish in 13 years, my best finish is 170k. I've never hit 99k. I'd love to hit that 5-digit. Would be absolutely amazing. My aim is to just hit 99k, finish, should we say, and use my chips more wisely and not listen to so many voices, so many people like Twitter and Instagram saying, oh, captain this player, or YouTube videos and saying, oh, who should be captain? This player, this player, this player. I'm just going to go for it and not look back. So there's things like that, and thank you, Ant, for your questions. I really appreciate it, and I'm so looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. And if there's any more people watching, or please, anyone, do consider subscribing to this channel. Really appreciate it. It's a bit FPL 2021 chat. I am back. New microphone. Hope it's working right. Still fiddling around with it. New laptop as well. Hopefully not lagging. It's got more gigabyte, more RAM in it, and more chuffed about that. So I'm going to finish it here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Ant, for tuning in. Thank you so much for your questions. And I wish you all the best for the season. I wish everyone the best. And please like the video, guys. You don't have to. Please subscribe. Please share. I've been the FPL Penguin. Please subscribe and become one of the member of the Bubbly Bunch. And I shall see you later, guys. Bye-bye.